Hey guys, Mike here with another gun review. And right here I have a 45 ACP bullet. Now I want to ask you guys, what comes to mind when you think of a 45? Well, for me, it is a good old 1911. That's what we got right here. The Ruger SR 1911 Night Watchman Edition. And this is my personal gun. So if you do purchase it, you won't get the fancy little compensator right here. But yes, Ruger 1911 Night Watchman Edition. It's basically the same thing as the traditional SR 1911, except it's blacked out, of course. It's got the nice little grips on there, and it's got night sights. And I'd show you guys, but it's not dark in here. So anyway, after I just pointed at myself, let's do a safety check, of course. No magazine, nothing in the chamber. Now, as I got the hammer cocked back, I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, it's got the back strap safety on it, which is nice, so I cannot pull the trigger without holding it down. It's also got the traditional safety right here. Also cannot pull it with the back strap pulled down. So the only way I can pull the trigger is if I got this ready to go, safety off, ready to fire. It will not fire from double action. That's pulled down, safety is off. Hammer back all the time. Anyway, this is my 1911. It run me about $820 plus tax. It came with 2 mags, came with manuals and all that fancy stuff. The mags are it's not a flush mag. This is the extended mag. It holds 8 rounds, so it'll be 8 plus 1, and that goes in and sticks out about that far. It's not too bad. It's a little extension there. And then the flush mag is pretty self-explanatory. It's flush. Now, I've had one issue with the flush mag, and y'all noticed that when I close a mag or put it up in the gun, I smack it. Now, if I got pinky down there, every now and then that little bit right there will pinch me because it sticks out just a little bit. And if I hold it like this, sometimes my pinky will slide down on the gun when I smack it. So anyway, 1911. Teardown's a little difficult, and it's going to be different because I got the compensator on there, which won't come with the gun if you buy it. I bought this myself and put it on. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. Make it easy and leave the hammer cocked back. It's got 2 notches. One right here and one right here. You're going to match that little notch with this guy right here, right there at the tip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a face towards me so I can see what I'm doing. Is I'm going to slide the hammer back, or slide the slide back, I'm sorry. Put my finger right here in the chamber, just hold the slide back until I reach my hand. Put my thumb and trigger guard, hold the slide back, match it up with that first little notch, and press this button right here, which will pop that pin out. Sometimes you gotta find that sweet spot, which can be difficult every now and then. I'm gonna go ahead and use the flush mag as a punch because it came with the gun. I'm using it. Of course, I've done this a million times off camera, but when I get on camera, I get nervous and I don't do it the first time around. So as I'm struggling to do this, I can tell you that with the compensator on there, it's a fun gun. The kick is nothing. It's a dream to shoot. I can honestly say that I have not shot it without the compensator on there. My buddy has a 1911, and I've shot it without the compensator, and it's manageable. I would not shoot rapid fire because you're going to end up pointing the gun in the air. This gun with the compensator on it, while it's not, I can't go full blast without a little recoil. It's manageable, unlike the slide, which is being difficult. Try again. Fresh start. Let the hands loosen up because that spring's in there, and it's got a lot of retention in it. That's another thing I'll say real quick while I'm tearing it apart. You gotta watch out for that spring because it will shoot out at you, and it will go across the room, and you will lose it. And no one likes losing gun parts. You're being a real bugger. Just don't want to pop out. But if any of you guys have a quicker method to get it out, let me know. Because I've been doing this. I've had it apart maybe 5-6 times in the few months that I've owned it to clean it after every shooting I've done. And I've always cleaned this gun last because it's a pain in the butt. Alright. A little notch. There we go, got it. Okay. So it sticks out just a little bit. You pull that pin out and hold on to the gun when you pull it out, because it will kick back. Okay. Push forward. And that spring right there. I hold on to that spring because it's got retention in it. Guns apart. Here's your spring. I'm gonna pull up my hand. There you go. See, shot out. And I'm lucky because right here didn't fly out at me. Pull the spring out. Now, you have your regular bushing, which will do basically the same thing with a little twist, like so. Other way. Yep, right here it pops right off. No, I'm sorry. One more piece. And I'm going to go ahead and use the spring to pop it out with. No, I'm not. I'm going to use a pin. That's just what your spring goes into when it goes in the back of the bushing or the compensator. Twist that back around. There's that. That's just a hunk of metal. Just wait and let the gas go to the top so the barrel of the gun stays down when you shoot it. And then the barrel. And that slides right the front. 45 barrel. She's a tad dirty because, like I said, I don't like tearing it apart. And the 1911 is just a nitty-gritty gun. You don't need to clean it and make it spotless every time you shoot. But I do take pride that the guts are clean and my slide is clean. To put back together, there's different ways to do it. But I start with, of course, putting the barrel back in. Alright. I take the little tube, it's a little tube, close on one and open the other side. I'll slide that in. I'll put the compensator back on, because that'll be a pain in the butt to get it back on with that spring already in it. And that just slides on top, just like that. I don't know if I showed y'all that. See, it's on the barrel right there, it comes off. But it slides just like that. And that spring will hold it in place. So get my spring, and it's got a little notch cut out right there. That's going to go on your barrel. So there's no way you can put it on the wrong way. So it's going to go just like this. So what I do is I feed it in, and you got to wrestle it sometimes because this is as far as it goes before it starts to bend. And this is always why I don't like doing it, because it's a pain. So I got to hold it and pinch it pretty much and wrestle with it. So give me a second. And there's another way I can tell you to be careful, because if you're not, it'll fly out, and my face is right here at it, my hands are right there at it, and it'll come out and kick you. Okay, spring is in. Take your slide it on back. I always clock it all the way back. And now for that little pin that's always a pain. Alright, once again, you're going to slide it back to that small notch. Light's not very good. There it is. Really small notch right there. That's just to keep the slide lock back. There's one little guy. You're going to slide that back to about where that hole is. So once again, slide all the way back. My finger right there. Hold it in place with that. Take your pin and struggle to put it in. Oh, I'm sorry. Your pin will go in about like this, and then you push it in and it'll slide back up. It'll lock back in. So I'm gonna struggle with this for a bit. Y'all can laugh at me or dislike the video. I don't care either way. Um, I gotta tell y'all why I'm doing this. I enjoy guns. I enjoy talking about guns. I enjoy discussing guns. Anything to do guns. Together, ready to rock and roll. Um, that's the longest part. That's the hardest part. The takedown. I have the bushing. If y'all don't know what bushings is, I got it right here. That's all it is. That's where the compensator would go. That just does the exact same thing as a compensator. The spring goes right here, and it just slides on the barrel, um, and it's flush. So you won't have any of all this awesomeness, but it will kick a little bit. Um, One day I'll go to the range. Eventually, I've just been busy, and I'll shoot it with the compensator on there, and I'll shoot it with the original factory bushing on there, and I'll just let y'all see how much it kicks. With the bushing, it's not that bad. I'm trying not to exaggerate or under exaggerate. It's your 45. What do you expect? You know, it's not no 22. It's not no 9. It's a 45. It's a beast. It's a big old fat beast, kind of like me. But anyway, not much to talk about. This is just a good looking, awesome pistol, and I really hope I get to go out to the range soon to shoot it, because I'll probably enjoy it more than you guys will. So anyway, Ruger SR 1911 Night Watchman Edition. That's my review. My first thoughts are is that it's a badass looking gun. You know, blacked out with the silver trigger, the silver barrel, and the silver skeleton hammer right there, and the silver Ruger emblem, which is why I chose the silver compensator. Just matches up. Good shooting gun, accurate. I like the night sights. It's feels good in my hand. It's a 1911. It's a full size 1911. So the Ruger SR 1911 Night Watchman Edition. Thank you all and have a blessed day.